Hi, this is Kwanzaa King, and I have the opportunity and the distinct pleasure to interview Wes Ifan, who is the author of the book, America, I'm Talking to You. Wes, welcome. Thank you for coming and spending some time with me today to talk about your book, America, I'm Talking to You. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Good.
Well, we're going to get right into it. First of all, congratulations. This is your first book?
Yes, it is.
So that's a big accomplishment. What went into writing this book? What made you decide to write a book?
Well, what really was the impulse for me to write this book was I started, some people already know that I do music. Mm-hmm. And I did an album called America, I'm Talking to You in 2008, which was inspired by the presidential run of then Senator Barack Obama. And at that point, I had talked about certain themes in the album that I thought might resonate with people, might make them start to think a little bit more about what they can do, what we can do collectively. And the idea was planted in my mind first by my father and then by a couple friends that, you ought to take some of these themes that you've talked about and put them into a book. So, I thought about it, and at first I shrugged the idea off. I'm not a writer, I'm not an author. Mm-hmm. But as I started to think about it more, mm-hmm. I said, you know what? This actually can work. So then I began the process of writing and didn't stop writing until I was done.
I enjoyed it. I know I took a lot of notes.
Good.
So I have a lot of questions, and I don't know if we'll have enough time to cover it all. But it was just an excellent read and write. So congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for doing that. And you're a youngin. I call it a youngin.
Yeah.
And so why are you so passionate about politics?
Well, I guess I understand how politics affects us. Mm-hmm. I understand that at the local level, at the state level, at the national level, politics really is something that's intertwined with all of our lives. Mm-hmm. And I just felt the necessity to share with people that a lot of the things that are going on, that if we aren't careful, we will allow things to kind of get out of control, mm-hmm. To the point where we won't have a government that really works for us mm-hmm. as the people, but that actually works for a handful
you talk a lot about that in your book about the purpose of politics. But before we get into that, I found the first chapter or two very fascinating because it was about you and your family, and you were not born here.
Yeah, that's right.
You were born in
Nigeria.
Yeah. So that in of itself was fascinating, that someone could be born in another country, come here and just really fully embrace American politics and develop such a passion for it. Mm-hmm. Tell me about your upbringing and who is Wes. First of all, Wes, I know you as Wes, but in the book you give your full name.
Yes.
Could you please? I don't want to hack it.
You don't want to.
No, I don't want to try. In my own reading, I was sounding out and stuff, but that was privately.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Publicly, I want you to say it.
So my given name is Yowesi Ifan.
Yeah. Did you always appreciate your name? Because that's something that being called named Kwanzaa, mm-hmm. similar to Kwanzaa.
Right.
I was as a child growing up. It wasn't common, and it was funny, and you can make different names out of it. You can switch the letters around in my name and come up with all kinds of crazy stuff. So as a child, was this something that you embraced? Because I know you're embracing it now, but as a child, what was it like?
Well, as a child, it was tough because obviously, I recall being in school and having that situation where the substitute teacher comes in, and right around the H's, you kind of started to anticipate that there was going to be some difficulty with the name, and you'd get some of those eye rolls and sighs,
deep breaths in, and
they're
talking themselves through it, because that's how I felt too around the K's.
Right,
yeah,
right. They're talking themselves through it, trying to figure it out, and you'd have to just raise your hand and say, "I'm here."
Yes,
and you'd tell them the name. Yeah, that's me.
Yep.